Hi there, this is Antoinette Sykes with FitFab and Fearless TeleSummit, and I'm coming to you live today to introduce one of our wonderful experts named Moira Hutchison. And Moira is going to be talking to us about getting unstuck. In fact, her topic is You Unstuck. Discover the blocks to your success and what to do to transform your life right now. So I'm excited to have her. Let me give you a little bit of a background on Miss Moira here. She is a hypnotherapist and an intuitive life coach specializing in getting people unstuck so that they can experience success, joy, and a calmness in their mind, body, and spirit. And you know, I love that because I'm all about having your health connect to your mind, body, spirit to make it fully successful to you. She's also the creator of programs such as Your Ideal Health Body, Loving This Body, and Master Your Power. And as a teenager, she felt locked inside a body that she hated, listening and believing all of the taunts and teasing from her family and from peers. Her overweight body became a prison for her true core self. Her journey from self-loathing to loving what she loves in the mirror has been incredibly inspirational for her, and I'm sure for others as well. So her journey that has inspired her mission to help people become unstuck and achieve the best they can possibly have in body, mind, and spirit. Welcome, Moira. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for that intro.
Absolutely. No, thank you for agreeing to be a part of this. I reached out to some of the very best and greatest experts for this event because I know that there are other people out there just like myself who are not only committed to healthy living within our own lives, but also exercising that with our clients, with anyone else that we come in contact with. If you're like me, you probably spread the word about living healthy body, mind, and spirit to anyone that you meet. So I felt that vibe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is good.
It's very important, and that's how come it's so important that you put on an event like this, because people need to know this information and know that they're not alone with their own problems or feeling stuck.
Correct. They absolutely do. And that's a lot of the problem. A long time ago, I realized in watching, I think when Biggest Loser first started coming on.
Yes.
And you see some of these, they're all emotional stories, number one. But number two, a lot of times you see these people who are just human, who are just, a product of their own environment, who may not have the tools. But what really struck me was how much they felt alone and didn't want to share their stories with other people. So when I got into health and fitness, and granted, my story is nowhere near as drastic as that, but I feel like we can all take steps to be healthy and before it even gets to that point. And so I like to give people the information ahead of time. FitFab and Fearless is just that. It's a wonderful health summit that I came up with last year that celebrates health, beauty, fitness, movement as a lifestyle. That's it, just as a lifestyle, not to make a choice just to diet and not exercise, but to really feel great all over, healthy mind, body, and spirit, as you said, in beauty, and be a part of that and make it your lifestyle. So last year, we assembled a live event here in my Maryland, D.C. area, and we had people that we were hula hooping. We had a hula hoop expert. We had a Zumba demonstration. We had someone who had lost 400 pounds. She had lost 300 pounds. She weighed 400. She lost 300 pounds and did it on her own, but with sheer determination, and was there to really share with people, as we were talking about, her mission and her passion of why she did what she did. And ultimately, of course, we want to prolong and be here on earth a lot longer than as much as we can, as much as we can. So I wanted to bring this event virtually this year as a kickoff to the live summit, to make sure those people that could not come last year in person, that they have the tools that they need. And especially this time of year, because it's summertime, we show a lot more skin, we wear shorts, we eat more, we just tend to have all these habits. And plus, it was also critical for me to launch this at the 6-month mark, because we all set these big goals, maybe have some numbers January 1 that we did not hit. So I wanted to use it as a platform to really push people, to motivate people, and to give them the tools they need to get fit, to get fab, and to get fearless. And you are one of those experts. So I'm so excited to have you. So, yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll jump right into your topic so we can give them all this wonderful information.
Absolutely. So it's really great that I'm getting to take part of this with this virtually, because I actually do a lot of work virtually. My coaching and hypnosis I actually do wherever the client is. So I can do it with Skype or telephone to suit.
Wonderful.
But my topic, as you said, is that I'm passionate about helping people get unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how, like your example earlier about the Biggest Loser.
Yes.
I think that people will watch something like that and see that there's part of it that will inspire them. But there's also a part of it that makes the person viewing it feel like they're stuck with their own. It's okay for them to do it because they've got all that coaching.
Yes.
They've got the supplements, the diet, and all that kind of stuff. So it sets them apart. It's like okay, so how does that apply to me in my everyday life with all my habits?
Yes.
And all the voices in my head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Completely.
So you know how my topic is, I believe that there's 3 main roadblocks.
Okay.
That stop us getting what we want. And the first one I call considerations. They're actually the easiest ones to detect, but they are the voices. And they can be I'll go on the diet tomorrow, or I'll commit to the exercise routine next week, or I can't do it just now because nobody's there to walk with me, or I don't have coach, or I don't have, right?
Yes, completely. Yes. So
considerations are these little ideas that derail your goals before you even start.
Would you would you also term the considerations, quote, a convenient excuse?
It can be, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because, well, you see, when you get into the convenient excuse aspect of it,
mm-hmm.
I would go as far as to say the person's not really committed to what it is they want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so then I want to have a conversation about, if you're trying to spin it off and say, oh, well, tomorrow, or it is not working for me, or works for everybody else, it doesn't work for me, those are the times where I say, well, what does make you so different to everybody else? And what's your real motivation there? Do you know what I mean?
I do, and I have this same conversation. And see, this is why it was so important, because I know that people get tired of me just yap about it. So I wanted to bring other experts on. So number one, I have some reinforcements for myself.
Absolutely.
But also so they can hear it, maybe coming from a different person. But you're absolutely right. The considerations, and I like to call them, definitely a convenient excuse. But also, like you said, is how deep is your commitment? And here's what I have found out. Even when I work with my clients one-on-one, face-to-face, if they don't have a strong enough why tied to it, then it's not going to last. It's not going to mean a hill of beans to them. So it's going to feel... yes, and then I'll tell them, yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it's going to be inconvenient. Yes, you may have to eat a lot less to begin with, but we're going to bring that back in. But if you're not really, committed to doing those things on the front end to then level it off so you see the results on the back end, then let's have a different conversation. Because whatever that reason is, whatever that block is, not only is it going to derail you and stop you from losing weight, but it's going to do the same thing for anything else major in your life that you want to accomplish, be it get a new job or,
for sure,
all of those types of things that make us complacent. So I'm very happy to hear that. And you'll see me, I'm writing notes as well, because I feel like I'm listening in, but I'm also interviewing as well. So I like these 3 main parts. Considerations. Okay, so what's your...
consideration. So the thing is, and the next one, just to finish off on considerations, the key piece is, like you say, is to get really clear on what is your why. What's your end goal here? And then I can help you, or there's ways to actually talk back to those voices that say, oh, tomorrow, or it doesn't work, right? So that's... the considerations are the easiest ones to deal with, but they're the ones that seem to keep coming up and up and up and up, right?
And they're the loudest. They seem like they're the loudest.
They are loud. Yes. Yeah. So the next one's a wee bit more, it goes deeper. It's fears. So fears, they have the same component of the mind chatter, but they have emotions. So there is an emotional clout, which actually makes them, that's when you're going to get really derailed much more, right? Because if you have emotional attachment to being slim or being fit or not being slim or fit, then you're getting your comfort from whatever eating that you're doing. So let's say you have a fear that if you're fit and slim, it's going to mean this in your life.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You know, it might, gosh, it means that people are going to see you. People, then you're going to have to show up and really be you.
Yes.
Right? Oh my God.
Yes, you're going to have to show up and really be you. You're going to have to get comfortable with people giving you compliments about how great you look. You know?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you are in an unhealthy situation, I mean, we're talking a lot about weight, but how you do one thing is how you do everything in your life.
Say it again, sister.
So it is. And I see it in myself, right? So it's like, well, if you just say, like, say that there's chocolate on offer, and you say, oh, just one more, just one more, that's saying that, think of that inner dialogue to your own core need is, you don't matter. You're not worth my own unconditional love to say, we don't need that.
No, not right now.
Not right now.
But
here's the other piece about all that too, is that when you're getting into the fear place about weight loss or trying to take on a new habit, the fear part is saying, I'm not worth it. I can't do it. Everybody in my family's failed. Nobody says, or what ifs. But then you actually, that's when you start to really sabotage your own benefits, right?
Yeah, because part of that fear that you talked about, like you said, the mindless chatter and the derailment, goes back to what I talked about earlier when I mentioned having that environment and being supportive. When we talked about the convenient excuses. Because you don't have time, you don't have a workout partner, you don't have a gym buddy, you don't have a chef, all those people to help you. Exactly, as we mentioned, The Biggest Loser. Well, obviously, that's a TV show. So what I like to tell people is, look at your own life right now, because that's pretty much, it's going to be you in the trenches. It's going to be you and me.
Exactly.
So let's get very real about it. Let's pull out the calendar. If you have a 9-to-5 job, if you have a husband, if you have children, if you have school, let's put it all out. Let's put it all out, and then let's schedule in some me time, which is you. And who really supports you and loves you and want to see you do the very best that you can do and become the very best that you can be. Those are the people we need to talk to.
Absolutely.
Everyone else takes a back seat.
It all has to take a backseat, and it's so important that in this journey, it has to be that the person is encouraged to put themselves first.
Yes.
As women, and I'm sure you're aware of this too. As women, we are brought up to put other people first.
Yes.
But this has to be, especially when we're dealing with health and fitness, you have to do the thing of the oxygen mask to you first.
Yes. You have to save yourself first. You have to save yourself first.
And so if that means, sorry, honey, you're going to have to see to supper so I can go for a walk. Yes. And that's going to have to be the way it is, because you're going to burn out, right?
Completely.
You're going to burn out. When you keep making bad choices health-wise, you're going to burn out.
And especially, that's critical for entrepreneurs, as we were talking earlier as well.
Absolutely.
Because
I resemble this.
Yes, completely. And that's exactly what happened. A lot of times, I would be doing business coaching initially, and then I transitioned into the fitness piece. But a lot of my clients would see me posting things about what I'm eating, what I'm doing, where I'm going. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have any energy. I'm staying up to 2:00 in the morning. And I said, oh yes, I know that story. That's one of the reasons why I have to exercise. Number one, it gives me a stress reliever. So it lowers my stress.
Oh, absolutely.
Number two, it helps keep me focused. And number three, it gives me more energy and a release so that I can be focused at work, to call the clients, to make the sales calls, to do all those things that I may need to do until I move to a place where I can hire help.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. And I find with my own exercise routine, it's such a mood lifter.
Completely.
Even when there's days that I think, oh gosh, I just really want to have more sleep because I have stayed up till 2:00, and then when I actually push through that, those considerations, I win over the considerations
all the time.
And then within minutes of into my workout routine, I feel so good. It's like, that's the piece that I'm so passionate about, helping people take just that one step, get them into wow, this actually feels good.
It does.
It doesn't have to be, yes, it takes some discipline and some diligence to get there. But when you actually start moving forward with it, in fact, I just had an email from a client of mine that I'm working with, and I've been talking to her for a while about this forward motion. Once you start feeling yourself moving forward to your goals, the momentum starts to feel really exciting.
Yes.
Because you're like, oh my gosh, look, that worked. Now what do I have to do? Yay, I can get there. And so the momentum of it actually starts to generate itself. It's really wonderful to watch.
It's wonderful to watch. It's wonderful to experience as well on the outside. Yes, completely.
To be in it.
Completely.
So the other part that I wanted to say about fears here is that one of the things that I find really, really important in my own message to help people with is, when sometimes people are, 100, 200, 300 pounds overweight, that they're oftentimes not able to love and accept themselves.
Yeah.
They're saying to themselves, I'm not going to accept myself until I've dropped that weight, or until I feel more comfortable in my clothes. Mm-hmm. I get so upset when I hear stuff like that, because my own belief is those people are not going to succeed, or if they do, it's going to be with huge resistance, and it's actually going to end up being a roller coaster thing. Because here's the thing, I think we can change anything in our lives that's not serving us once we accept what is.
Completely. And here's the other caveat to that. It all goes back to, if you could do it on your own by now, you would have done it.
You would have it.
You would have done it.
Precisely.
Yes. Yeah.
And
that goes into
that's the
that
thing of needing to get the help.
Yes.
But like I said, it's just really important to me to help people say, absolutely, I'm going to help you lose the weight, get into a routine or a regime that you need to for all aspects of your life. It doesn't matter if it's just weight loss. It's going to be related to everything in your life.
It is.
But it's the key piece is to say, I love myself right here, right now.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And, then you can move forward.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So the three main parts are considerations.
Yep.
And fear was the second one.
That's right.
Okay.
And then the third one is what I call obstacles. So obstacles, see, each one of these items that I talk about, they're all kind of interrelated, but it's just, it makes it easy if you think of where am I? Like, what kind of block is this that I'm feeling? Yeah. So an obstacle appears to be something outside of you.
Okay. So,
for instance, let's say you said, I'm going to go for a workout at that gym tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then you go and show up to the gym, and guess what? It's closed. Uh-huh. That's an obstacle. So now you have to decide, is that the excuse you were looking for to say, I can start today?
It goes back to the considerations. Where will you be?
It kind of does, but here's the thing about obstacles. I think, in life, there are obstacles.
Always.
And I think that there's two types of obstacles. There's one that shows up to say, hey, you're going down the wrong road. Mm-hmm. Take this detour. So that's one kind of obstacle. So this is a time where it's really important to start getting in touch with your own intuition and actually saying, is this an obstacle that says, maybe I'm trying to do the wrong kind of workout, or maybe I'm over-exerting myself in something. Mm-hmm. So obstacles can come up for that reason. But the other kind of obstacle is one that you've created to sort of say, see, I told you it would fail.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's justifying that, I knew it wasn't going to be for me anyway. So what's the point in trying? So for those kind, it's almost like, to me, I take it as a little test from the universe saying, are you really committed?
Yeah,
you know, when you said you wanted to be healthy, are you really going to stay?
Are you really committed? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aha. I love that. I love that. Yeah. And it does, when you hit that obstacle, like you said, unexpected, something that totally happens outside of your control, nothing that you did, I believe you will be tested. Because when we rise to the occasion and make a powerful, loving decision from a place of full integrity, we're going to be tested.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to be tested. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh,
but
my goodness.
In those tests, there's always a gift.
Yes.
So rather than see the test of, oh gosh, look, is the universe going to ever lighten up on me or give me a break, is to sort of say, hey, here's a chance to actually break through, learn something valuable about myself or about, where I'm going, that if you can take it from that perspective of it's always like oh, yay, look what I have to deal with now.
Yeah.
And that with that attitude, you're going to come through it so much faster.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so true because we don't have control over if the gym is closed, if there's a leak or, 6 feet of snow, what have you. And it does 9 times out of 10. If we are in that place where we're really truly not committed, this is where we get tested because it would be very simple to say, the gym is closed. I knew it wasn't for me. I wasn't supposed to work out.
That's exactly. As opposed to saying, okay, I wasn't supposed to do that, so what am I supposed to be doing? And this is a real piece around trust too, because when you get really in alignment with what your own passion is for your health goals, is that, oh, okay, it wasn't meant to be that, so what is it? And then you'll actually oftentimes get an intuitive hit of, oh, I need to go for a walk, or I can go and do this, or I can go for a swim, or right? So it's that little invitation to sit in that for a minute and then say, well, what is there? That can I do, as opposed to this is a shutdown or this is an excuse to not do anything.
It actually is, and that's another. And I'll tell you how I use this same example, but I don't call it obstacles, but I do like that, so I completely resonate with that. But one of the ways that I tell people, my clients and myself, I have to remind myself of this too when it happens, because we're not remote from this, is that if your decision to, let's say it's the gym, let's use the gym obstacle. So you go to the gym, you got all your stuff, and then the gym is closed.
Yeah.
And now you're faced with, do I go for a walk? Or do I go home or get some ice cream or, whatever you're going to do besides workout? How about that? Besides workout. So at that point, when you're faced with that obstacle and now, as you put it, another quote, consideration may arise. Mm-hmm. The core answer, the core question I like to ask is, which one serves my best good?
Absolutely.
Which one serves my best good? Which one? Will I go for a walk, go for a swim, go do 20 minutes on the DVD? Which one ties back to my original goal, which was to get healthy, be fit, live longer, take care of myself first. And anything else outside of that is not the answer.
No, and something I said earlier in my own dealing with considerations, I still to this day have arguments about, no, I don't want to get up and work out because that means I have to get up an hour early, right? But it's what's amazing to me and quite amusing is when I do fight, and I usually do give in and work out, but what I find is within minutes, I feel awesome.
Yes.
It's like my body is saying, oh, thank goodness you actually heard me. You got that I need this. And so what I really encourage people to do is remember those feelings. Remember when your body sang to say, wow, do I ever feel good? Doesn't it feel great to break out in this kind of a sweat to say, look at what I've just done?
Yeah.
And that to me, those, if you can anchor moments like that, that can help you spur you on when you get that obstacle of, oh, what, I can't work out at the gym.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, well, no, I have to do something because I want that feeling.
Absolutely. You want that feeling. And I tell people, for me, I've never worked out and felt worse.
No, me neither.
I have never, no matter how bad I felt getting up, if I kicked, hollered, and screamed, like you said, if it's snow on the ground, if it's 5 o'clock and I know, I got a full day, whenever I go, I feel better.
Absolutely. Actually, you're reminding me, just yesterday, actually, I was having a conversation with my husband about the exercise routine that I've been doing recently. I kind of ramped up just about a year ago, and we were having a conversation because I try and inspire him too, but that's another story. Yeah. But I was telling him that I had chronic pain in my hips and my knee, and I was just realizing it's all gone.
Woo! Amen.
Isn't that awesome?
That's amen. That's divine.
I'm just so and it was just a realization that came to me. It was like, wow, I remember when, I pushed myself so far and it would just be aching so much that I'd almost be limping. And yeah, it's completely gone. So I think my own belief about that is that I've actually strengthened the muscles all around the joints, and so it feels great. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
The more you can feel good about what you're doing, the more you're inspired to keep doing it, right?
Completely. The more you feel good about it, and you feel good about yourself. So it's twofold. So it makes your body feel great, know. But it also releases endorphins. It releases those happy pills, those happy
feel good hormones. Absolutely.
Yeah. Those feel good hormones. So I like that. I do. I like the considerations. And fear is always a big one. I'm always talking about fear. One of the questions I like to ask my clients are, when was the last time you ran? Oh, no, I don't run. Oh, no, I don't run. That's 9 times out of 10 what they'll say to me. Are you crazy? I don't run. So I was like, really? I was like, now when you say don't run, does that mean can't run? Like physically immobile and capable of? Or you just haven't run in a while because you dislike it? Yeah. So, of course, it's the latter. So I was like, well, let's just try it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I love pushing that button because a lot of times we're stuck where we are. As you said, this is how you get unstuck. We're stuck where we are because of the decisions that we've allowed ourselves to feel comfortable in making. Because other people have done it as well in our environment. So sometimes it's no fault of our own as a child, but as you become an adult, it's time now that we make adult decisions for our own very life and our own very livelihood and health. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's time to say, I'm the driver of this bus, or I'm the boss of me. And so because it's an ongoing process to listen to those considerations, to get in touch with those fears. And that's why people like me and you exist, is to be the cheerleaders and be the educators and be the helpers or the role models, whatever it is you want to call it, to just say, you can do it. Here's how.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And not only that, but you deserve it.
Absolutely. That's so key.
Yeah. Absolutely. You deserve it. You deserve it. And everyone around you will benefit, not just you, but everyone around you in your circle, in your family, especially if you have children, your husband, your spouse, they deserve it as well. To have
the ripple effect is huge. Absolutely.
Yes. So that's a wonderful one. Now, is there any type of quick, quote, hypnotherapy that you could suggest for people that are maybe afraid of working out or taking the first step, or even just kind of struggling with these considerations? Any quick tips that you would give them?
There's a number of hypnosis procedures that I do with people to actually help them visualize themselves doing it. Mm-hmm. And that one's really nice. And so just for anybody watching, is if you can just go into a quiet place and where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes, and close your eyes and slow your breathing down and envisage yourself outside or wherever like if in a gym or dancing or whatever. My favorite thing to do is dancing, by the way.
Woohoo! So we should have had some music.
Absolutely. So for me, if I'm doing this, what I'm going to do, if I'm feeling really stressed or I'm not getting out to do my exercise routine, for instance, I'll go into a quiet place, slow my breathing down, close my eyes, and envisage myself dancing, doing your favorite physical activity. Yeah. Just do this for 5-10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And what happens, what the beauty, and the reason I love hypnosis so much is your subconscious mind does not know the difference between something it's really looking at and something that you're looking at a picture of.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And so your body starts saying, oh, she's dancing. Mm-hmm. Right? Because this is the program that you're getting. So I think that if people did that a wee bit more, that might help them get over the fear of, oh, I might twist my ankle if I'm running, or I might, not last the mile, or whatever it is that their consideration is about going out and walking or running. I think walking is a great place to start. If they've never run before, walking.
Absolutely.
Walking is my thing. I love walking.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, we've hit that mark. Oops, that's our timer. I'll turn that off. 9 times out of 10, we've hit that mark where we've walked, several times throughout the week or throughout the month. And I'm like, all righty, let's kind of ramp it up. We've kind of gotten to that cross point. So it's always a wonderful thing, because I am about, not only, as we just talked about, getting unstuck, but really helping people just push the envelope. Just push it.
Yes.
Push the envelope. Push the envelope.
I like to say I hold their hand while they're doing it.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hold their hand while they're doing it. I'm their cheerleader. I'm their coach to guide them along the way. Absolutely. And also, it helps us, because, and why I like it is because there's a famous quote or I think this picture, I'm sure you've seen it, but there are two circles. So the huge one, of course, is your comfort zone.
Yes.
The huge circle is your comfort zone. And then there's another small circle outside of your comfort zone that's called success.
Right.
And that's where the magic happens.
Yes.
And that's where I want people to be. Yeah, that's where I want people to be. And it's going to come with some hard work, some sacrifice, and some commitment and dedication, and also some love for yourself to know that you deserve it, to take care of that. So that's what I love about that. So our time is coming up. There's one last question I'd like to ask you that I'm going to ask all of the experts. Mm-hmm. And that is, what does it mean to you to be fit, fab, and fearless, Miss Moira?
Well, it really goes along with everything that we've just discussed today.
Yeah.
Because fitness, and like I said, the fitness is become such a joy to me to start saying, I sleep better, I feel better in my body, and it's such a mood lifter. Yes. So being fit is very, very important to me. Fabulous, well, hey, I'm fabulous,
Beautiful from the inside out is what I like to call it. Yes.
Absolutely. Laughing aside, when you talked about my bio, I did say, in my teenage years, I was very overweight and very depressed, very withdrawn, very shy, and I had to work through a lot of feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem and low self-worth. Like you've been saying that it's so important to realize you deserve it.
Yes.
That took so much work for me to realize that I actually deserve my own love and consideration.
Yeah.
And so I got there, and now it's like I do like what I see in the mirror. I do, I still have the funky days, and the inner critic comes up and stuff. Yeah. But I love life. I love helping people. I love educating and helping people with my experiences. If I can help people get through it faster, then that's just bonus.
I love it. Yeah.
And then, the fearless part, you've probably sussed out by now that I've got a Scottish accent. So I say that I have this inner Scot who's a real tough girl that says, come on, are you with me? We're going to make a battle charge here. Because I think that anything we can change, I said that earlier in this conversation, we can change anything that doesn't serve us as soon as we accept what is.
Yes.
So once we get to kind of say, okay, well, I'm depressed, or I'm anxious, or I have a problem in my business, or I'm overweight, but this is it.
Yes.
And you can love that.
Yep.
Now we can then say, okay, good. Let's now look at those roadblocks. Let's look at those roadblocks are yours, and then start planning a strategy to say they don't stop you anymore and actually get you moving to where you want to be.
I love
One
it.
step at a time.
Yeah. That's exactly what it takes. And so like you, that inner Scot, I love it, because sometimes we have to wrestle that girl down to the ground.
Absolutely.
And I like this because you know what? It is not, it doesn't just happen to me, even being fit, being tall, being all of those things that, other people may give you the compliments on, but it happens to everyone, short or tall, wide or narrow, no different from our race. We all experience the same things on some magnitude. So whether it be your weight, whether it be your fitness, your health, your business, as you say, there's always something that we all have to look in the mirror and really face. And that's what this is. This is, of course, all about the health aspect of it. But I really want that because obesity has become the number 2 preventable disease in this country. And we have the highest rate of childhood obesity. So that means that our adults are, just transitioning that and carrying that down and passing that down onto our children. So I want to do any and everything I can to raise that awareness, to give people the tools that they need. And so that's a huge part of the Fit, Fab, and Fearless TeleSummit. so that they can get those tools for the next 6 months. Because I know that gyms were very full January 1, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
They thin out. Yeah. And now it's summertime, so we're going to be eating on the grill, all those types of things. And I want people to indulge, absolutely, because I like to indulge as well.
Well, you have to treat yourself, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're human. We're human. Mm-hmm. We're not perfect. You know, all those things were put here for a reason. But again, everything has its purpose. Everything has its time and its place. Yeah. So this is what I'm so glad that we talked about this and we kicked it off with you and your topic here, because that's exactly the first step is about making a decision to get unstuck. And Absolutely. Making a decision to go for your health and fitness no matter what. So I thank you, Moira. I thank you so much for teaching us.
Thank you, too. Thank you very much for putting this together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any last things you want to say to our audience?
I think we've really covered a lot of it. I have put together a gift of items to help to support my message, you know, to help people get unstuck.
Yes.
And I'd love to hear from anybody that wants to dive in deeper. I'll actually send an email to people that go for that bag. They can actually have a 30-minute session with me, so we can actually really get into what's their roadblocks, or what's their ways of stopping themselves.
Well, what's their considerations?
Yes, exactly. How can we reword that for them?
Well, this is wonderful. This has been Antoinette Sykes with FitFab and Fearless TeleSummit, and we have more wonderful experts coming up. We have been talking with Moira Hutchison today on getting unstuck, discovering those roadblocks, you know, to your success, and to do what you need to do to transform your life, all around health and wellness. You can reach Moira at wellnesswithmoira.com. And her information will be up on the website, her free gifts. So I really hope that you connect with her and go to her website so she can show you how to get unstuck. Moira, it's been a pleasure, and I cannot wait to connect with you again very soon.
Of course. Thank you so much, Antoinette.
All righty. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.